Have you ever woken up in the morning and thought to yourself, why do I feel more tired now than I did before I went to bed? Or maybe you noticed that the first couple of hours after getting out of bed just seem harder than they used to. The truth is, mornings are powerful. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. And especially as we get older, those first steps can mean the difference between feeling strong and balanced or drained and vulnerable. That's why I want to share something really important with you today. There are a few common mistakes people over 70 often make in the morning. Things that seem harmless, even ordinary, but actually put stress on the body and can quietly take away your energy, your safety, and even your independence. The good news? Each one of these mistakes has a simple fix, and making those small adjustments can help you feel steadier, more energized, and more in control of your health every single day. Let's begin with one of the biggest culprits, and it happens before most people even leave their bedroom. Many older adults make the mistake of jumping straight out of bed too quickly. Maybe the alarm rings, or maybe you simply wake up and feel like it's time to get moving, so you swing your legs over the side and stand up in one motion. The problem is, your body has been still for hours. Your blood pressure is lower when you're lying down, and as soon as you stand, it can drop suddenly. This is why so many people experience that dizzy, lightheaded feeling or even a dangerous fall in the morning. Instead, think of waking up as a gentle process, not an abrupt one. Before you sit up, give yourself a moment. Wiggle your toes, flex your ankles, stretch your arms overhead. When you do sit up, let your legs dangle at the side of the bed for 30 seconds to a minute. This simple pause gives your circulation time to adjust. Allow your heart to send blood where it needs to go. Some people even find it helpful to take 2 or 3 slow, deep breaths at this stage. Imagine greeting the day calmly, letting your body catch up before you ask it to carry you. It's a small adjustment, but one that can prevent accidents and give you a steadier start to your morning. Another mistake that sneaks up on many people is skipping water first thing in the morning. After all, you've been asleep for 7 or 8 hours, maybe more, and during that time your body has lost fluid through breathing and even through your skin. Yet, what's the first thing many people reach for? A hot cup of coffee or tea. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with enjoying that morning ritual. But relying on caffeine before giving your body actual hydration is like asking a car to run on fumes. Coffee can actually dehydrate you a little more, leaving your body even thirstier. What your body craves, especially as you get older, is water. A glass of plain water first thing in the morning helps your digestion wake up, keeps your joints lubricated, and even helps your brain function more clearly. Some people find that adding a squeeze of lemon makes it feel refreshing and enjoyable. Try leaving a glass of water on your nightstand or in the kitchen, where you'll see it right away. You might be surprised how much lighter and more alert you feel when your body gets that early hydration it's been waiting for. Then, once you've had your water, you can still enjoy your cup of coffee without it leaving you feeling foggy or sluggish. Now let's talk about another mistake that might sound familiar: skipping breakfast or eating the wrong kind of breakfast. Many people think, I'm not really hungry in the morning, or I'll just grab a piece of toast. But the truth is, after the age of 70, your body needs consistent fuel to keep blood sugar steady and to support muscles and energy. Skipping breakfast can leave you feeling weak, shaky, or more likely to have a mid-morning slump. And on the flip side, loading up on simple carbs like sugary cereals or pastries can cause your energy to spike and then crash. A smarter way to fuel your morning is to think balance. You don't need a big meal, but a little protein, some healthy fats, and a bit of fiber can make all the difference. Something as simple as scrambled eggs with a few vegetables or Greek yogurt with berries and a sprinkle of nuts can give your body what it needs to move through the morning with strength. If you prefer something lighter, even a smoothie with a banana, spinach, and a scoop of protein powder works beautifully. The point is, your body is like an engine. It runs best when it's steady, high-quality fuel. Giving it the right breakfast helps protect your muscles, keeps your energy even, and supports your focus for the rest of the day. The wonderful thing about these small changes, getting up slowly, drinking water, and fueling your body wisely, is that they add up. You start to notice less dizziness, more clarity, and a steady energy that lasts well beyond the morning hours. It's not about making life complicated or following strict rules. It's about honoring your body with the little adjustments that make each day smoother and safer. Now that we've talked about those first, most common morning mistakes and how to turn them into strengths, let's keep moving forward into another habit that often slips under the radar, but can have a big impact if you're not careful. One of the most overlooked mistakes many older adults make in the morning is skipping any sort of movement or stretching. It's easy to think, I'll get my activity in later, or I don't need to warm up just to walk to the kitchen. But what often happens is that later never comes, or your joints feel stiff and your balance feels a little off right from the start. After sleeping, your muscles tighten and your joints lose some of their natural lubrication. And if you step straight into your day without waking them up, you're putting yourself at higher risk for stiffness, aches, or even a stumble. Think of your body like a car that's been parked overnight in the cold. You wouldn't just slam on the gas and race down the road. You'd let the engine warm up first. The same idea applies to you. A gentle morning routine, just 5 minutes of stretching, arm circles, shoulder rolls, or even marching lightly in place, can be enough to loosen your body and remind your muscles to support you. Some people like to add a short walk around the house, even just from room to room, as a way of waking up their circulation. If you've ever noticed how much easier it is to move after you've been up for a while, this little routine is like a shortcut to that comfortable, easy feeling. And here's the beautiful part. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need a fancy mat, a trainer, or a special video. Something as simple as raising your arms overhead, bending gently side to side, or taking a few deep breaths while standing tall can work wonders. Over time, these small movements improve flexibility, protect against falls, and give you more confidence when you step out the door. Imagine greeting the day not with stiffness, but with a feeling of freedom and readiness. It sets the tone for everything that follows. Another mistake that many people don't even realize they're making involves medication and timing. By the age of 70, most people are on at least 1 or 2 regular medications, sometimes more. Taking them in the wrong order on an empty stomach or with coffee instead of water can quietly create problems. For example, certain medications can irritate the stomach if you don't have food in your system, while others may lose effectiveness if taken with dairy or with certain supplements. And remember that morning cup of coffee we talked about earlier? The caffeine can sometimes interfere with absorption, meaning you're not getting the full benefit of the medicine you rely on. The fix isn't complicated, but it does require a little attention. First, make sure you're taking each medication exactly as your doctor or pharmacist recommends. If it says with food, don't skip that step. Keep a small snack handy if you don't feel like eating much. If it says with water, make sure you're not washing it down with coffee or juice. A simple routine, keeping your pills in a clearly labeled organizer, drinking that glass of water we talked about earlier, and pairing medication with breakfast can save you from unnecessary side effects or reduce effectiveness. It may feel like a small detail, but these are the kinds of details that add up to better health over the long run. And speaking of long run, let's talk about one more mistake that sneaks its way into a lot of mornings: starting the day in silence without engaging your mind. Now, don't get me wrong, peace and quiet can be a blessing, but when the mind is left completely unstimulated in the morning, it can lead to slower thinking, forgetfulness, or that foggy feeling that lingers longer than it should. As we age, our brains thrive on activity and stimulation, just as much as our muscles do. Giving your mind a small challenge or spark of interest first thing in the morning can wake you up in ways that coffee simply can't. This doesn't mean you have to dive into something difficult or stressful. It can be as simple as reading a few pages of a book, doing a crossword puzzle, or even listening to a piece of music you love and letting yourself really focus on it. Some people like to write a short note of gratitude or spend a few minutes recalling a happy memory. It's all mental exercise, and it helps keep the brain engaged. The key is to avoid letting mornings slip into autopilot. When your mind is awake, alert, and gently challenged, you carry that clarity into the rest of your day. And over time, it helps protect your memory and mental sharpness too. What's truly remarkable is how all these little adjustments, stretching your body, paying attention to your medication routine, and gently exercising your mind, combine to create a morning that feels purposeful and empowering rather than rushed or draining. You begin to notice that mornings don't just pass you by. They become something you actively shape, a foundation for a stronger, healthier day. Now that we've looked closely at how these hidden habits can quietly undermine your mornings and what you can do to change them, it's time to explore one last piece of the puzzle. A mistake that may sound harmless, but can set the tone for the whole day if you're not careful. There's one more morning habit that deserves real attention, and often goes unnoticed because it feels so ordinary. Many people over 70 begin their day by turning on the news or scrolling through headlines, sometimes even before they've had breakfast. While it may seem like a harmless routine, the truth is that filling your mind with negativity or stress first thing in the morning can set the emotional tone for the entire day. Think about it. When you wake up, your mind is like a blank canvas. Whatever you put on it first will often color everything that comes after. If the first thing you take in is a list of problems, tragedies, or conflicts, your body responds with stress hormones, and you may feel anxious, down, or distracted without even realizing why. Over time, this can affect your mood, your energy, and even your physical health. The alternative is simple but powerful. Instead of reaching for the remote or your phone, give yourself a window of calm and positivity. This could be a moment of quiet reflection, a few minutes of prayer or meditation, or simply stepping outside to feel the fresh air on your face. Some people enjoy listening to uplifting music. Others prefer writing a short journal entry, or just sipping their morning tea while looking out the window. By choosing something that nourishes your spirit, you're sending your body and mind the message that the day belongs to you, not to the chaos of the world outside. And don't worry, you don't have to ignore the news entirely. Staying informed is important, but timing is everything. Waiting until later in the morning, after you've taken care of your body, fueled your mind, and set yourself on solid ground, makes all the difference. By then, you're better equipped to handle the information without it dragging down your outlook or energy. Now, when we put everything together, the slow and steady rise out of bed, that refreshing glass of water, the nourishing breakfast, a few stretches to wake up the body, mindful attention to medications, gentle brain engagement, and finally, choosing positivity over stress, you begin to see how these small adjustments form a much bigger picture. Each one on its own may seem simple, but combined, they create a morning routine that protects your health, your balance, and your joy. Here's the most encouraging part. It's never too late to make these changes. Whether you're 70, 80, or even 90, your body and mind are always capable of responding to kindness and care. Each choice you make in the morning is like planting a seed for the rest of your day. Watering that seed with good habits means you're more likely to enjoy strength, clarity, and happiness as the hours unfold. Of course, no one is perfect, and there will be mornings when things don't go as planned. Maybe you wake up late, or forget your water, or end up rushing through breakfast. That's completely normal. The key is not to get discouraged, but to see each new morning as another opportunity. One gentle step in the right direction is still progress, and over time, those steps add up to something remarkable. So as you think about your own mornings, ask yourself, what small shift can I make tomorrow that will help me feel steadier, stronger, or more at peace? Maybe it's as simple as leaving a glass of water by your bed tonight, or setting out your breakfast ingredients so you don't skip it. Maybe it's putting a puzzle book on your table instead of the remote control. Small things done consistently can change everything. I'd love to hear from you. What part of your morning feels most challenging, and what little habit helps you feel your best? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, because your wisdom can inspire others who are on the same journey. And if this video has been helpful to you, please give it a like. It really supports the channel and helps others discover this kind of content. Don't forget to subscribe if you like more simple, uplifting tips to help you feel stronger, healthier, and happier every day. Remember, aging isn't about losing who you are. It's about finding new ways to live with grace, energy, and joy. By paying attention to these morning habits, you're not just avoiding mistakes. You're building mornings that give you confidence, strength, and a brighter outlook on life. Here's to living each day with purpose, to treating yourself with care, and to remembering that at any age, the way you start your morning can truly change everything.